Hello, it's Matt and Josh from Yousellcomics. Thought you were gonna wear the hat.
Oh, right, the hat. Right.
Isn't it supposed to...
Wait.
Isn't it supposed to go over the chin there? Yeah, there you go.
Sorry.
Don't careful, don't snap it. It's gonna hurt.
Oh no. Yeah, no, there we go. There. How's that? Here.
Where'd you find that again? Dollar store?
Dollarama, yeah, nice. Yeah,
but it was $2.
The kids over in Asia are really putting in decent work over here. Nice.
So you felt like you had to support them by buying a pig hat.
I tried.
Okay. Okay. So this week, some big news, I guess, in the Marvel world.
Lots of stuff happening, and I mean, I think I'm pretty excited. Are you excited?
Well, I guess if it's true or not true, I don't know yet.
Well, okay, but I would say that if anybody's excited, it would be everyone at Yousellcomics, which is who sponsored the video and everything that we're doing so far. Matt, you want me to continue with this?
Sure, go ahead.
To enlighten you, Yousellcomics.com is your new multi-vendor marketplace for selling comics, slabs, omnis, trades, and more. Sell for as low as $5.99 a month. Run your own auctions for $15.99 a month, or a brand new 5% commission for unlimited listings. Pay what you sell. Sign up for a 1-month free trial at Yousellcomics.com. I almost had it, Matt. It was so close, right at the end there.
We're also announcing the winner of the contest. Oh, that's backwards. The winner of the contest sometime this hour. I could do it at the end and be a jerk like every time I ever watch something to see who's going to win, but
That's true. They always do that.
I won't.
Do we do that? No, we're
not.
Good.
I'll do it halfway through. How about that?
Okay. Oh, nice.
Okay, so let's hop in to the news. Batman the Brave and Bold is going to be directed by Ben Affleck, maybe?
This is spicy. I like it.
He does happen to direct a good movie once in a while.
Yes.
Can you bring up his IMDb for director? I feel like his last movie on Netflix was pretty terrible with Ana de Armas.
Yeah. It was more. They said it was kind of like. They said it was like overly sexual.
No, that was Blonde with Ana de Armas.
Sorry.
The Affleck thing was different.
Gotcha. Okay, so
what's he directed lately?
He has
Triple Frontier on Netflix.
Wow, it's not. Sorry, it's not doing. That's so weird. It doesn't even give directing right away.
No, they changed. They did drop downs for it now, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it would be. Oh, Live by Night.
Live by Night?
Live by Night, sorry.
That's the one.
That's the one. That's the one. I feel like he had a good stint from 2007 to 2012.
Well, he did Argo, which was great.
Yes.
And then, is that it?
The Town.
Oh, The Town. Yeah, The Town was really good.
Town was great.
Yeah.
And then he did, obviously, Gone Baby Gone in 2007, which was also splendid. So, yeah.
I guess I'm just worried that he will take... He has taken his cues from Snyder on Batman. And this could be a
little
problem.
worried, yeah.
Although Gunn will probably have creative control over that. Gunn might have final cut and not Affleck, but around this time last month, DC Studio heads James Gunn and Peter Safran officially announced the first part of their new DCU slate, and it included a Batman reboot title called The Brave and the Bold. Shortly after, Gunn confirmed that Ben Affleck, who had previously played the Dark Knight in Zack Snyder's films, was originally going to direct the movie that became Matt Reeves' The Batman, was in talks to helm one of the projects. We're working with Ben Affleck, who really wants to be a part of our architecture team, trying to bring things together, and he really wants to direct one of our projects, and we're looking forward to him doing that. So he's going to direct something. He's going to be part.
Yes.
Maybe a consultant over for the overall universe. I mean, he's been in enough bad superhero movies. He knows what not to do.
Yes.
Having been Daredevil and Batman.
Weird area of that situation.
Yeah, one of the rare ones that have been DC and Marvel. Okay, so more DC news. There was a weird rumor going around this week that Henry Cavill was going to play Frankenstein in Creature Commandos. James Gunn debunked that, but he also one of the first projects the DC universe is about to reach a milestone, according to DC studio boss James Gunn. Creature Commandos has almost found its entire cast. A recent string of interaction with fans, the filmmaker confirmed the animated series was close to completing its casting process, set to begin production. Responding to an inquiry on Twitter, Gunn updated the fans on the series by saying starting production, almost done casting. So he also said in that tweet about Henry Cavill that he got his first choice for Frankenstein. So I don't think his first choice is ever going to be Henry Cavill.
No.
And also, like you said before, we talked about before, anyone who plays his deal is anyone who plays them animated also has to play them live action. Yes, that was in his State of the Union address.
That's what he said, yeah. And I feel like they're gonna have to backtrack on that. That it's gonna be half and half.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay.
Okay. Deadpool 2 star Jack Kesey cast as Hellboy in reboot The Crooked Man. So last time we talked about this, we're like, no one famous is going to do this role because it's already been played by Ron Perlman and David Harbour. And it's true. This guy is not famous.
Fantastic. I love what you did there.
I don't even remember him in Deadpool 2. Oh, he's Black Tom in Deadpool 2. Okay.
Yeah.
He was also in 12 Strong and Baywatch, as well as Claws in The Strain. I don't know Claws or The Strain. I've seen 12 Strong. That was a Chris Hemsworth movie. I don't really remember that guy in it. As previously announced, Brian Taylor from Crank will be directing a script penned by Hellboy comic book creator Mike Mignola and Chris Golden. The movie, which is due to shoot in coming months, will see Hellboy stranded in 1950s rural Appalachia with a rookie BPRD agent. There, they discover a small community haunted by witches, led by a local devil with a troubling connection to Hellboy's past, the Crooked Man. So they cast a relatively unknown. Let's see what he can do with the role.
Yeah,
okay. It's fine.
I'm fine with it. To be honest with you, I don't know. I feel like
sorry, what is that weird thing you put in the chat?
What?
Person turquoise waving, person turquoise waving, person turquoise waving.
That's a emoji.
Oh, it doesn't show the emoji in my
for YouTube.
Chat
for
stream.
YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So for YouTube, we'll try the other ones, but yes. Anyway, I feel like that Ron Perlman's famousness that when he came into doing, so it works on Facebook.
Yeah.
So when he came in to do Hellboy that it didn't help his character. Like, he was way more Hellboy than he was like Ron Perlman, I kind of think, a little bit. And like, even though it was like,
I haven't watched
it was very much Ron Perlman. It's very much obviously Ron Perlman, but I feel again like his essence, his fame, like his famousness wasn't really the pull of the movie. Like, I feel like all of it.
It was hard to separate Hellboy and Ron Perlman because Hellboy is Ron Perlman and Ron Perlman is Hellboy.
Sure, yeah, that's kind of
I'm fine casting an unknown. Like, if we're starting over, I might as well start over. That includes with a relatively unknown actor.
Because when I feel like they did it with David Harbour, he was kind of well known at that moment.
Stranger
Things and like everything else that he did. So like it was just like, fuck, like they did it, and it's like he did his best, but it was like obviously, nowhere close.
Okay, so we got a Wonder Man synopsis, which gives us a better idea of what to expect from Disney Plus series. Marvel Studios' Wonder Man Disney Plus series is currently finalizing its cast ahead of a tentative production start later this month. And a new log line for the show should give fans a better idea of what to expect from this first live-action take on the Marvel character. The synopsis: the story of two actors struggling to make it in the Hollywood of the MCU. The big question: what does Hollywood look like in a world where superheroes are real? So the other actor, I think we already know, is Ben Kingsley's character Trevor. Right. They said he was going to be in it, so it's going to be like maybe an old guy, new guy trying to make their way as actors. The two actors presumably are Simon and Eric Williams. Oh, okay. They're putting both brothers in it. I thought it would be Trevor. Yahya Abdul Mateen II will play the former, while a recent rumor indicated that Demetrius Gross, Fear the Walking Dead, the rookie Lovecraft Country, was in talks to play the man who will ultimately become the villainous Grim Reaper. We also know that Ben Kingsley's Trevor Slattery will appear, and Mindhunter star Lauren Glazer recently joined the cast in an undisclosed role. This is off topic, but I read from David Fincher that Mindhunters is 100% dead, and it will never come back.
Well, oh god, don't even get me started. Fuck, like honestly, I could talk to him about it for fucking days. But I would say that series, it's so good, and I would say that like even combination of there's only two seasons. Yeah, 2 seasons. Like the combination of those 2 seasons were. I mean, other than like what a 2% gripe, it was some of the best television that I had seen in a very long time.
And the guy who played Ed Kemper, just truly chilling. Like,
I feel like everybody that did it was all good.
Yeah,
like, it's just on point.
Sammy's
one
here.
thing
Hello,
after
Sammy.
another.
Thanks for joining us.
Sammy.
Okay, so on to other things that may be less depressing. Universal could be considering selling the film rights to the Hulk and Namor back to Disney. New reports suggest there's a good chance Universal Pictures might finally sell the rights to the Hulk and Namor franchises back to Disney, but as always these things, there's a pricey catch. Big changes have been taking place behind the scenes at Disney ever since Bob Iger returned as CEO, with one popular theory being that the company will sell its 67% stake in Hulu. Overseas Hulu titles are added to Disney Plus library, but the two streaming platforms remain completely separate in the US. Sammy would like to know what's going on with your little helmet there.
It is supposed to be a pig, but it kind of looks like a bat pig or a pig bat of some kind. So I'm not really sure. We're just gonna go with it.
Man pig bat?
Man pig bat.
Financial burden: selling a 67% share that could be highly beneficial to the company. Things get complicated here as the Wrap reports begins getting into the financial complications such a deal would involve. However, if Disney decided against buying out Comcast's 33% stake, then that company might choose to acquire the entire service. As part of any such package, the House of Mouse stands a chance to finally regain two key Marvel franchises. Well, Disney owns all of Marvel IP. Universal has distribution rights to Hulk and Namor. As such, if Disney makes a Hulk or Namor film, Comcast can distribute the film on Peacock. If Hulu is sold, Disney may use this as an opportunity to secure the distribution rights. I don't know what any of that means, but I guess they could get it
back. Essentially, if I remember correctly, when I read about this, I'll go short, is that because the contracts are so convoluted and like all over the place. See, they were made when, obviously streaming wasn't happening. Any of this shit wasn't happening, right? So their I guess their terms and like whatever they were using for different like properties were all different from one another. And basically when Marvel was trying to sell these off, they were just trying to get as much money as they possibly could and as fast as they possibly could. So they basically at this point don't know, and I'm assuming that they've been looking at the contracts for months and they still don't know how they're going to get to be able to use these characters in a full capacity. And I feel like Bob Iger has probably found the biggest loophole possible, which is doing the Hulu sale, which is just fucking insane, but it is true. But it comes down to the whole thing of, are these two characters worth that amount of money?
I feel like, is it worth it enough? Will they make enough money off Hulk and Namor doing solo stuff to make it worth it to buy it back? Yes. Like World War Hulk as a film could do, I don't know, $1 billion. You build up Namor a lot, do the Illuminati eventually. I don't know. Like, they're value adds, but they're significant value adds, I think.
Gonna be tough.
Plus, Disney has all the money in the world. Like they.
Yeah, I don't know why they're like skimping out. Like I don't know why they just don't buy them back.
So he's running a tight ship. Also I saw today that the long gestating series at Hulu that it had Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio, The Devil in the White City, got canceled.
Really?
Yeah. Which Keanu Reeves was set to star in it and directly produce, and they booted that today or this week. So they have the rights to shop it somewhere else, which I would really like to see that. Apparently the book is fantastic. I'm away for it. It's about H.H. Holmes during the 1930s. And I think Keanu Reeves is going to play H.H. Holmes as a serial killer.
Pretty dope.
But, is your mic cold or something?
Yeah, I needed a hat.
Jesus. Okay. Suicide Squad David Ayer again suggests James Gunn plans to release his Ayer cut. We have yet another update on the Ayer cut of the Suicide Squad from filmmaker.
The photo's awful, eh? Like they just couldn't.
Oh, like this photo of Joker?
Yeah.
Like the aspect ratio is kind of weird, which makes him look even weirder.
Yeah.
When James Gunn was tapped by Warner Bros. To write and direct the Suicide Squad, there's a lot of uncertainty surrounding the movie. How that movie would tie into 2016's critically panned Suicide Squad. Ultimately, it served as both a reboot and a loose sequel, though the filmmaker seemed largely unconcerned with what had come before. Released during the heart of the pandemic, even glowing reviews unfortunately weren't enough to save Task Force X big screen from Task Force X big screen return from being anything other than a box office disappointment. Well, did it even go in theaters? I thought it was a streaming.
Well, the extended one. Wait.
No, the Guns go in theaters? I thought it was HBO Max.
No, it was in the.
They must have come out at the same time then. Because I watched it like the weekend it came out, but I watched it at home. As a result, it's hard to imagine Warner Brothers revisiting the property, even with Gunn now in charge of DC Studios. However, we are getting a spin-off in Waller and more Peacemaker. As for Suicide Squad, director David Ayer, who once said he was done talking about the movie, continues to campaign for the Ayer cut. He's kind of like Meghan Markle. Leave us alone. We want our privacy. That South Park episode was amazing last week. The release of the Ayer cut movement is seemingly going nowhere, but Ayer recently responded to a fan disappointed it isn't part of DC's slate by saying, I spoke to Gunn a while ago with all patience. He has the right to put together this new universe before visiting the past. Cheer up. Good things are coming. That doesn't sound like it's coming. It means that Gunn's going to do a good job and has nothing to do with him. Oh, look how bad that is.
It did go in theaters, by the way, the Suicide Squad, August 6th.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay, comic book workers' Workers United vote to ratify Image Comics contract. Image is the only one. I think those writers. So the history of Image is a bit weird in that it was started by McFarlane, and then it kind of like took on Jim Lee and Wildstorm, I think, and then so it was like comic book imprint owned by comic book writers. And a while ago, the writers there got enough votes to ratify a union. So Image Comic staffers stated that after voting in a supermajority, they're forming a union, Comic Book Workers United, to represent employees in the comic book industry with a series of goals. This focused on publisher staffers rather than comic book creators, who are traditionally freelance workers, and this under the current interpretation of U.S. law, unable to form a union under anti-cartel legislation. In January last year, Comic Book Workers United announced that they had won their union election, making Image Comics the first unionized comic book publisher in the United States. Though opposed by Image Comics board, well, of course, all boards oppose workers' rights, who had refused to voluntarily recognize the union before going through the full legal route. Then they had to launch a legal suit against Image Comics over claims of unfair labor practice. Seems that has all been resolved now. The CBWU is proud to announce that on March 1st, the workers of Image Comics voted overwhelmingly to ratify our first union contract. We were hopeful for, but could never have imagined the outpouring of support received when we began our collective bargaining journey. A lot has since happened since that first announcement, and we cannot begin to adequately express our gratitude to the community of people within and without the industry who have stood with us during contract negotiations. As we celebrate the victory, we also want to take the opportunity to reaffirm that this contract is just the first step among many, and we hope that you will stick with us as we continue to fight for union representation, more equitable working conditions for everyone in the comic book industry and beyond. So let's see what they got. Ratification includes the third stage of collective bargaining, but it's considerably way down the road. The initial demands or goals of the union were foster a more competitive industry as a whole through salary and workload transparency for all existing and proposed job titles. Employees industry-wide should know what they and their peers are working for and what they can expect for future employment. It's fair. Like, hey, what's this job title and description, and what's how much do I get, and how much does the person beside me who's doing the same job get? Improve staff morale through annual staff management reviews to assess performance, workload, and whether they weren't having normal, like, yearly reviews or, like, one-on-ones. That's weird.
Probably not enough time.
The creation of a more transparent company culture through monthly all-hands meetings. This all seems like part of, like, did you really need a union for this? It should have been kind of standard to run a well-run business. Like, you meet with your employees, you give them expectations. Increased knowledge, retention through the implementation of detailed record keeping and procedure. They didn't even have, like, standard operating procedures, like, for the employees. Improve career mobility for all staff through stricter adherence to company's stated intent to offer open positions up to qualified existing employees prior to opening them up to the public. Continuation of remote work for any employee who requests it, and the creation of a detailed policy outlining how the company provides reasonable accommodations and supplies for remote employees. Seems kind of standard now. I don't know that it would have been a couple of years ago, obviously.
No, maybe not a couple of years ago. Maybe not in the comic book section. Yeah.
Better overall product through the immediate addition of staff. You think they were cutting costs? Our creators, retailers, and readers can expect white glove attention for all the books we publish. Books will go to press with fewer errors, fewer delays, and a more robust marketing. I've never really seen a lot of errors coming to Image. I don't know if anyone else can speak to that in the chat, but a long-term actionable plan to address the overall lack of diversity in both general staff and management. The authors, artists, and readers who bring comics to life have never been more homogenous, and the stories we publish can only be improved by staffing our organization in a way that more accurately reflects the demographics of our creators, our readership, and the nation as a whole. And finally, a renewed commitment to company values through the addition of a collective voting option to immediately cancel publication of any title whose creator has been found to have engaged in abuse, sexual assault, racism, xenophobia, homophobia, transphobia, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, ableism, etc., until such time as said creators have engaged in meaningful. Okay. So win for workers' rights.
Yeah, it's pretty much, a lot of common sense. A lot of, we're just really asking to enjoy to go to work. I mean, that's not really too tough to ask for.
Yeah. Okay, so CGC and CBCS are the two kind of major grading companies for comics. CBCS just raised their prices, so people were a bit upset about that. Here are the new prices. $32 for any comic that's 2001 to present. with a max declared value of 1,000. $45 for grading with a 60 max declared value of 4,000. 60-day turnaround time. Modern is 1975 to 2000. It's now $34 and $45. Pre-75 is $50 and $70. And raw grade any year, $18 and $24. Raw grade any year. So I don't know what that means. Raw grade any year, but all these cover the years before it, like pre-75, 75 to 2000, 2001 to present. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Raw grade any year. Anyways, their old prices were, let's see, $24 for modern, $40 for vintage, and high value max is $100. So let's go back here. So it went up $8. That's not, I mean, given the problem with sourcing plastic,
Yeah.
it's not terrible. Although CGC, the big one, is still only $24. So
Yep.
economy pre 1975 is $35. Yeah. So it's weird that
It is
CGC
interesting,
is
actually.
charging less and faster, and CBCS is charging more and slower for their turnaround. You'd think they'd want to well, I guess if they undercut,
Crazy.
then they're going to be more busy, so the turnaround will be even slower. So is this like a move to make more money with, I guess, more money with less books so they can help their turnaround time? I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do the giveaway, the winner announcement. Okay. So how this is going to work is,
Giveaway.
I've exported all of the users. I put a random number generator between 1 and however many our people are in our database.
Nice.
I'll roll it 3 times, okay? And then I'll pick I'll see what the number is, then I'll find the name. I'm not going to give out the email address because people probably don't want that on the air, but I'll give out, the name.
Probably for the best.
Okay, so here's 1, 2,
Oh.
3. Okay, so it is user 678. Let me look at
678.
Okay, let me look.
Where you at?
Well, he does 678 doesn't know who that is. Hold on, I gotta find the name though now. Instead of match it to our user base. Okay, so okay. Okay, so that user hasn't finished filling in their information, doesn't have a first name. So it's
Fun.
yeah. Let me just see. Yep, never bothered to. Okay, so it's just a username. His estate at Hotmail. Sorry, his estate.
His estate.
Okay, he's a vendor. Signed up last month. So I will send you an email and get some shipping info. And yeah, you've won the Thor number 6 signed by Donnie Cates. So thanks for
congratulations. So what do we do? Hold on. What do we do if they don't get back to us? What do we do? We're gonna give them a week? Let's give them a week.
Yeah. And then I don't know, we'll just do it again next month.
That's right. Yeah. We'll just, if
or maybe
anything,
we do have a con coming up in April, the Sarnia Pop Culture Show, which you are coming to, not coming. Let me put you on the spot in front of people.
Pretty certain gonna try to come. Gonna be there.
It's not really a yes. It's gonna try.
God dang it.
Come on, we're getting shirts made up.
That's right. You told me.
Okay, keys of the week and top 10.
Keys of the week, your top 10.
Okay. Oh, it's a little off skew here. Let me just fix that.
A little skew.
Okay.
Little
Deadly
skews.
Neighborhood Spider-Man is number 1. Unknown Worlds of Science Fiction. Oh, that is
Yeah.
Day of the Triffids got announced as being a TV series on Amazon. So that's Day of the Triffids.
No way.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Cool. I didn't know that.
The Good Asian also is going to be something on Amazon, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. Look that up. Something about The Good Asian happened this week.
I'm scared to type that in.
It's not like you haven't typed it in before.
Dare you?
Spider-Man: The Lost Year's first appearance of Janine Godby, which is Hallows Eve. She just got her first solo series last week, All Hallows Eve. Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars number 7. First appearance of Spider-Woman newsstand. Oh, that's a newsstand. First appearance of Spider-Woman. You know what? Not too much right now. Oh, that's a bid, so that's an 195.
Oh,
850. Buy it now.
Oh, yeah, buy now.
Getting a little pricey. You can still get a raw copy for $38. It is a newsstand too. I wonder why that's only 30. Is it like stained in the back? Let's see. Oh, rounded corner. Ooh, lots of spine ticks. Yikes. Some dirt there. Smudge. Ooh.
Tasty dirt.
Lots of color breaking spine ticks. Let's see, look at the back. Ooh, some pretty dirty back with a lot of color breaking spine ticks.
As you look at that, The Good Asian is the long-awaited follow-up to critically acclaimed Infidel with stunning art by Alexandre Tefigi, who did Outpost Zero, following Edison Hark, a haunted, self-loathing Chinese-American detective on the trail of a killer in 1936 Chinatown. The Good Asian is Chinatown noir starring the first generation of Americans to come of age under an immigration ban. The Chinese, as they're besieged by rampant murders, abuse of police, and a world they seemingly never changes.
So is it going to be a show?
I don't know.
Okay. Something Is Killing Children is popped again this week.
And yes, it is getting a TV show.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, it is. Yeah.
So this is the Somebody's Killing Children 27 Comics Pro variant for only $126.
Sick.
$126.
That's so good.
Let's see what number 1 is going for these days. I'm gonna before we look.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 1,500. Does anyone else have a guess in the chat how much this is going for on eBay? It's got to be a buy it now, not an auction. A buy it now.
I'm gonna go a little bit lower then. I'm gonna say like 13. 1250 or 13. Yeah.
So in a 9.8, we got to find a 9.8, not 9.6. Okay, that's an auction. That's 9.6, 9.8. First, wow, that's cheap. I should buy it right. Oh, yeah, I should buy it right now. It's only $900. That's pretty. That's a lot. I feel like it used to go for around 1,200, about last year, but 2 years ago. But
maybe.
Yeah, you know what? Go for it. $900. It will probably go up until Netflix cancels the second season. And then it'll tank. Okay, let's see what else is in the top 10. Flash Comics number 4.
Oh,
The Fastest Girl Alive. I guess that's the first appearance of Todd. Oh, that's. Wait a minute. I'm confused. Why is this Stargirl? Oh, is that a variant of a Stargirl? Oh, I guess it is. Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's a weird variant of Stargirl, The Lost Children. They tricked me by having Flash in the cover. Star Wars: The High Republic, The Blade at number 3. Apparently I own one. Not sure why this is. Oh, it's the 1 in 25 variant. Okay, that's why.
Fun.
And The Mandalorian number 8. This is also a variant. 1 in 50 variant by Terry Dodson. With Grogu on the cover.
Rogues.
The 1 in 25 variant is cool too, with Mando on the TIE fighter there.
Yeah, it's pretty sick actually. It's dope.
Yeah. Okay, so that's your top 10. Let's go to keys of the week. Keys of the weekend source today and tomorrow. Clear number 1. In a future where neurological filters allow anyone to choose how do they perceive reality, a man who chooses to live without one gets tangled up in a mystery that leads to deadly heights of wealth and power. I don't even know what that means. How does he choose to live without a perceived reality? Batman number 357 blank variant with a classic 1970s Batman and DC logo. Oh, that's fun. Bloodline, Daughter of Blade number 2, first meeting of Brielle and Blade. Arc number 1, the wealthy heir of an industrialist battles illegal poaching by day as an environmental lobbyist, and by night leading an armed crusade against a criminal empire. Stoneheart number 1, exiled from her magic guild, the girl hears a sinister voice inside her head that awakens a power beyond her comprehension and leads her to a mystical land. Adventures of Superman, John Kent number 1, first meeting of Val Zod and John Kent. Batman 133, debut of new Batman suit and new Riddler suit in an alternate reality. Batman 357 facsimile reprint, often to be considered the first full appearance of Killer Croc.
Oh, interesting.
Flash 794, debut of new costume for Irie West, daughter of Flash. Amazing Spider-Man 21, first appearance of the Scribble Man. He likes to scribble on things. He's probably a child then if he likes to scribble. Avengers 66, conclusion of Jason Aaron's run on the Avengers title. Story continues in Avengers Forever 15. Moon Knight number 21, solicitation references a sinister Pied Piper plays a deadly tune, so it's probably going to be a first appearance of something, of someone. New Mutants, Lethal Legion number 1, first appearance of a new Lethal Legion, including a female Grim Reaper. Predator number 1, Predator restarts again, premiere issue of second Predator series published by Marvel. Scarlet Witch number 3, first cameo appearance of Scythia, leader of the Bacchae. Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 32. This one's going to be probably sold out pretty quick. It's the first appearance of Iden Verso and her Inferno Squad. I happened to snag 2 copies off one of my websites that I usually order from. Strangely enough, they put up the new comics like super early. They usually don't do that till after 6, but they put it up at like 2:00, and I'm like, oh, this is weird. I better grab it now. So, and one cover was already sold out by the time I got there after like 2 minutes of reading the email.
Fuck.
Wakanda number 4, second print. X-23 cool number 1, a reprint of Laura Kinney's first solo title.
That one's good too.
X-23 Deadly Regenesis, first appearance of Haymaker, a skilled fighter with a personal vendetta against Laura. Amazing Spider-Man 21, variant cover by Vitaly Mangiatorti. And Poison Ivy number 10, 1 in 50, foil edition. There's no way that is a high of $5 for a 1 in 50.
I can see why it's very popular. Yeah. Good color.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about Ant-Man last week. Apparently Jonathan Majors, who had Creed 3 come out last weekend, was doing some press and might have said something he shouldn't. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania had its fair share of issues, but Jonathan Majors wasn't among them. The actor delivered a stellar performance as Kang the Conqueror, but that wasn't enough to save Marvel Studios' latest movie from the wrath of many critics. With a 48% Rotten Tomatoes score, it's no longer tied with Eternals. Can you look up what it is now? As the worst reviewed MCU movie, however, that's still not a good result, and one that's been reflected in a steeper than expected drop at the box office from weekend to weekend. During a recent interview with Screen Talk, Majors chose to weigh in on the negative reviews. He said, what's it at?
Mama, 47 right now with an audience or a score of 83.
Oh, so audiences are still digging it. It's just the critics don't like it. You know what? It's all about the fans. Screw the critics, right?
Indeed.
Okay. It doesn't change how I see myself, period. It's all data. Creed Star 3 says, I'm a performance within the story. One thing I will say to my team as we're leaving a premiere, if they're reading reviews, I'll say, how's the movie doing? I try to clean my plate and take care of my part. The response is, you're straight, you're good, they like you. They tell me about the movie. Sometimes the movie is also on that level, and sometimes it's not. That may or may not be majors acknowledging the latest Ant-Man adventure was subpar. While he didn't take aim at critics, the actor explained why their opinions are water off a duck's back. It's just people. They have an opinion. You always have an opinion. I'm no fool. I look at the aggregate and, okay, 47. But what does that 47 mean when you also got this amount of box office? What do these things mean? It's information. I'm in the know. I won't play myself. If you're a critic on a level, I probably know you and you. I probably know you and you, and I probably know you and understand your politics. Essentially, it's like, hey, I did a good job. I can't speak to how bad the other people did jobs, but I know I killed it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. Okay. So
he's not having it. He's not having it.
That's fine. He's the best thing about that movie.
That's 100% the truth.
So we might have a big leak here of Marvel 5, 6, and 7. Did you read any of this?
I did not, actually.
Okay. Now, take this with a grain of salt, obviously, because it's coming from Marvel Studio spoilers, who apparently the page moderators usually do a good job of vetting. So there's a lot of excitement surrounding the MCU's future, though a fair bit of trepidation, too, with Marvel Studios now able to tell stories on the big and small screens. The shared world is expanding faster than even most hardcore fans can keep up with more changes said to be on the horizon. It appears the multiverse saga is being extended with a new post shared on Marvel Studios spoilers by the page moderators, which has been the source of a great deal of accurate information over the years, shedding some light on that.
Mod posts. This is what I reported news on. I love it.
Well, so I don't know. They say they have a good track record of.
Yeah.
Okay. Where that Phase 4 had something of quantity over quality issue, Marvel Studios reporting looking to create bigger gaps between movies and TV shows, thereby reducing the number of titles released each year. With that comes a tentative slate, which includes some big surprises. Okay, so in 2023, we have Ant-Man, which just came out, Guardians in June, Secret Invasion on Disney Plus in May, Loki Season 2, probably sometime around August, Echo in October 2023, although we have read multiple reports that Echo is in a lot of trouble for production, so I don't know if that's
I don't think it's going to happen,
no. We're getting Mephisto as a special presentation for for Halloween special.
Called it. I called that.
The Marvels, which was pushed to November, and a Sentry special presentation.
We also thought that was possible.
Who did we just read that could be playing Sentry? I saw this week. Stephen Yeun.
Stephen Yeun, yeah. So there's that, and everyone's like, "Well, what about his golden locks? Fucking who cares? Give him golden locks.
Yeah,
give him fucking long ass golden locks. Like amazing."
In 2024, there's Ironheart. Early 2024, Daredevil Born Again, Captain America: New World Order, I Am Groot, which I assume is going to be those little animation things that were great. They were like 2 minutes on Disney Plus, and there was like 6 or 7 episodes that were fun. Thunderbolts, Deadpool 3, Wonder Man, and Man Thing special presentation. If that's true, I'm psyched we're getting a Man Thing special presentation.
Yeah, that's huge.
As for Phase 6, we have Blade in 2024, Silver Surfer special presentation, holiday 2024, Agatha Coven of Chaos, Fantastic Four, Vision Quest, which would be a show, Armor Wars, which would be May, What If Season 2, 2025, Young Avengers, July 2025.
Wow.
Do they even have enough Young Avengers? Well, I guess.
Yeah, of course they do. By the time all this is over, everything we just read, holy fuck.
So they would have Cassie, what's her name from Kate Bishop's? That's 2.
Yeah.
I guess Hulkling, because he was kind of introduced at the end of She-Hulk.
I mean, kind of, but probably not. I was gonna say Ironheart or whatever her name is.
Or not Hulkling, Scar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess Riri Williams is Ironheart. Okay, so that's 4.
Yeah. And then
who else would be in it?
Young Avengers.
Oh right, Speed and Wiccan.
Yeah, right.
Nice,
well, I mean,
Jasmine.
if they if they fucking.
Oh yeah, and Miss Marvel. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm crazy. There's enough.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I'm spacing too.
Yeah.
Oh my god, sorry. It's so very late.
Midnight Angels. I have no idea what that is.
That is the TV show that they're doing with the special all female assassin group from Wakanda.
Oh, with the Koyo.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider special presentation and zombies.
Yes, Ghost Rider fucking Halloween.
Yeah.
Motherfucking oh my god.
I like this idea of the kind of darker side being special presentations on Halloween. That's sweet.
Yes. Yeah, it's sweet.
I always did like that, you know, if I recall correctly, like the Lord of the Rings came out around Christmas every like in December. And then for a while, you know, the 3 Star Wars movies came out in December. I really liked having something to look forward to in, you know, around Christmas of a big nerd thing that I wanted to watch. And I would like, as long as the quality is good, like if you can keep something in October for Halloween and you can keep something in December that like, whether it's Star Wars Mando or whatever, blah, blah, like if Marvel and Star Wars want to own, you know, October, November, December, I'm all in. That'd be great. As we head deeper into 2025, Shang-Chi 2, Nova special presentation, Spider-Man 4, Strange Academy TV series with Wongers.
Wow, like I can't. Wow, it's gonna be employed forever.
Man, we got to survive this long. The planet.
God, yeah, that's true.
Miss Marvel. Oh, sorry, Doctor Strange number 3, Miss Marvel season 2, Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, 2026. So like, how many projects is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
A bajillion.
And like, Feige was like quality over quantity. Anyways.
Okay, well, I mean, if you think about it, how much have they already shot? Or have like, you know, stuff shot before they decided to do
it. Also doesn't even say anything about X-Men 97 in here, but
no, it's there.
So they've shot Guardians, Loki, Echo. Apparently, if they would have had shot Mephisto already, if this is coming in Halloween, right?
Unless they do like an animation.
No,
intro.
Because we already heard rumors that Sacha Baron Cohen is going to be in something as a cameo for Mephisto. What was it? Was it the Marvels?
No, Ironheart,
which is in 2024. So Mephisto will be the intro to Ironheart.
First.
Okay. Yeah. So they will have to have shot this or shooting it in like June if there's got to be special effects. Yeah. And then Sentry 2, they would have had to shot. Maybe they're shooting this alongside Thunderbolts. Like
maybe.
Although, I guess if you're only doing 45 minutes or like 50 minutes for a thing, I mean, how long does it take to do an episode of one show? Like 1 hour of television?
I don't know.
Maybe a couple weeks of production and post-production.
Well, it used to be like that, but it ain't like that no more.
Yeah, I guess. I guess with volume, the volume.
I feel like it's faster. I feel it's like way faster.
Yeah. Okay. So Phase 7 is said to be part of the Battle World saga, though it's unclear whether this means all movies will take part in a new temporary reality.
Insane.
Regardless, the slate includes Moon Knight Season 2, Midnight Suns, Midnight Suns, let's go.
Unreal.
She-Hulk Season 2, Untitled Halloween Special, World War Hulk, an Untitled Holiday Special, What If Season 3, Eternals 2, Illuminati, what? And Avengers Secret Wars. Wait. So if they're doing Illuminati, if they're going to stick to it, shouldn't they have Charles Xavier by then? Because he's in the Illuminati.
I don't know.
Well, why don't you know? Avengers Secret Wars, Avengers Forever may also be released in 2027, 2028, ending this period of storytelling, serving as a final farewell to the main Infinity Saga characters. Projects revolving around Scarlet Witch, Namor, Monica Rambeau, Deadpool are rumored to be among the ideas thrown around, but we're all taking this with a pinch of salt for now. The breakdown also mentions the Nomad TV series starring Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson. While the page's mods tend to vet their sources, it also feels a little too good to be true. Kind of in for all of it. Maybe not the Midnight Angels show, because their suits I hated their suits in Black and Wakanda forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like World War Hulk, Midnight Suns, Strange Academy, Doctor Strange 3, Nova, Sentry, Ghost Rider. But it also is like, where the fuck are the X-Men and Fantastic Four? Like, you get the Fantastic Four for one movie, but you don't have anything booked afterwards, and I'm not seeing X-Men, Wolverine, Magneto. Like, we're gonna wait till like 2030 for like X-Men's solo stories. It seems like that's 12 years after they got the rights back.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I don't know. I'm a little bit interested to see what's gonna happen. I think if you look at this as in a list, it's gonna get like it's like this right now. Can I even show? Yeah, can I even like? It looks like this in condensed, and then it's just gonna go like this, and it's gonna be all the same, everything that just got announced. But like, yeah, dude, all that stuff, like they're gonna have to go into a minimum of 2028 to get all that shit done. Like, and I'm sorry, Jasmine, you're not gonna get more X-Men until another 5 years. Like, I feel like it's gonna be at least another 5 years, unless other than X-Men in '97.
I mean, well, yeah. Crap.
Oh my god, I can't even.
Well,
yeah.
Man, I assume the Battle World stuff saga is gonna have X-Men. Like somehow it's gonna be in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fede Alvarez is going to shoot a new Alien movie.
Yeah.
They did the Evil Dead remake, which was awesome. And there's another one coming out, I think this month or next month. So 20th Century Studios announced that its new Alien movie, Kaylee Spainy Mar of Easttown, is set to begin production in Budapest on March 9th. The cast has also explained that adding David Janssen, Industry, Archie Renault, Shadow and Bone, Spike Fern, The Batman, Eileen Wu, Away from Home. I don't know any of these actors. Do you? Okay, well, it's probably good that they're casting relatively unknowns when you're rebooting Alien. In this ninth entry in the immensely popular and enduring film series, a group of young people on a distant world find themselves in confrontation with the most terrifying life form in the universe.
Decent.
Oh man, when I was a kid, Alien scared the shit out of me. I was
Scare,
like 8 or 9.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fede Alvarez, Evil Dead, Girl in the West Spiderweb, Don't Breathe, Rex from screenplay he wrote with his frequent collaborator Rodo Sayeguz. Ridley Scott, who directed the original Alien and produced and directed the aforementioned latest 2 installments, and Michael Pruss, Boston Strangler, are producing under their Scott-free banner. So I feel like this is going to be a more... It's going to kind of go back to the way the first ones were, where it's people on a ship, it's people in a small area, it's like it's a base, it's, it's a self-contained thing where it's not, there's overarching like designers or whatever with Prometheus went, and like, it's just going to be like people trying to survive and not being ripped in half by a crazy alien who spits acid. Like,
they said they're gonna try to go back to basics, and I think if anything is evident, it's the simple fact that Prey did so well for Hulu.
Yeah.
And obviously they're like, well, we can do that.
Yeah. Okay, so acclaimed Thor artist confirms departure from the series. So Jason Aaron was doing Thor for a while, but he's taking a break from comics. So now the artist, Nick Klein, confirms his departure from the series, effectively marking the end of a comic run that began over 3 years ago. Klein's departure follows that of Donny Cates last year, who has taken an extended sabbatical from the world of comics. Fortunately, issue 31 of Thor was my last Thor issue for the foreseeable future. It's been an amazing time in my comic career. I got to play with some of my favorite personalities and hopefully told some great stories along the way. Thank you everyone for joining the ride.
Nice.
Yeah, so I mean, Thor's a main title for Marvel. It's not like they're going to stop. So I wonder who they're going to get to. I don't know whether they'll reboot it or Marvel likes to do I don't know 6-12 issues and then wait 6 months to a year and then start over again. They've been doing that with a lot of titles like X-Men, X-Force, or not X-Force. They haven't restarted X-Force yet, but Excalibur, Marauders.
Yeah.
So they're not going to put Thor on the shelf and just leave it there. So I wonder who the next team will be. Okay, so last news of the day, what just came out this afternoon. You can't see that totally. So let me just move it over a bit. Did you read this?
I didn't read it.
You didn't. You didn't hear about it?
I
Am I
only heard
breaking the news right now?
rumblings. I mean, kind of. Like I looked at the title of the link, and I was like, I've seen this before. But the fact that it's obviously the Hollywood Reporter.
Okay, so John Bernthal returning as the Punisher for Daredevil, Born Again, has been confirmed. It's what we all wanted.
Yes.
John Bernthal is returning to his most punishing. Seriously, a Hollywood Reporter? You want to do that pun? Return to his most punishing role. The actor will reprise Frank Castle, aka the anti-hero, the Punisher, on Marvel Studios' Daredevil, Born Again for Disney Plus. Bernthal joins Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio on the series, which begins shooting in New York this month. Oh, they haven't started shooting yet?
No.
In a departure from the other Marvel series, which came in at 6 or 9 episodes, Born Again is playing as a whopping 18-episode epic. Writers and executive producers Matt Corman and Chris Ord are behind the show, which is expected to bow in the spring of 2024. Marvel could not be reached for comment. Yeah, so now we just need Kristen Ritter back. You recast Luke Cage and Iron Fist, and we could actually have a proper Defenders at some point.
So it's amazing. I hope it all happens. One thing is that they keep saying that, the people who played Foggy and
what was her? Karen Page.
Deborah and Wall and Eldon Henson. Yeah. I could have swore that they announced that they were attached.
Yeah.
Like not that they had signed contracts, but they were in talks and that they were like basically like, yeah, we're gonna go with it. Like right at the beginning, like when they announced like they were gonna do a show or whatever, it was like, yeah, like we already talked to them, like it was done. That's what I had read. I thought.
Also thought that too, that they had confirmed that.
Right.
They were returning.
So I'm wondering if they just like they said something and everyone was like, okay, yeah, like no one cared, and they were like, all right, well then maybe we'll just like play it real.
Oh. Well, they can't get rid of Foggy. I mean,
no, right? They can't.
Well, even like in terms of recasting, like they can't get rid of the character.
Right. So I don't know. I think they're gonna come back. I think if anything now they're just not gonna say anything about it, and it's just gonna be a part of like the there they are.
Yeah, maybe.
I think so.
Okay, so that's it for this week. We'll just chat about like things we watched this week and then call it a night. Last of Us. So you know how like last week or 2 weeks ago I said there's no way they're gonna finish the first game in 9 episodes. They did that whole sequence in 1 episode. It was amazing, but I'm like, okay, they're actually gonna finish it in 9 episodes. Because I thought that would take like at least 2 or 3 to.
Pretty
there.
Crazy. Didn't expect. I mean, spoilers, right? I guess, but it was very good. I was worried. I mean, there was a part of me that was like a little worried about Bella Ramsey pulling it off, but
she was amazing as Lady Mormont in Game of Thrones, and she was like 9 years old.
Yeah, no, I agree, but no, she smashed it. I thought she did wicked good.
And the preacher was so creepy.
He did really well, and I like how they kind of saved it right to the very end there. I really like. Man, I just really like.
You noticed Troy Baker, right?
Oh yeah, no, of course. I think one of the things I'm going to enjoy most about this show is that when this season finishes, is going back and trying to watch it all in like one chunk, like in a good, you know what I mean,
like in a day or
like,
day and a half, and just
just watch a couple episodes, sleep, wake up, watch a couple more episodes, just like you know what I mean, and like I never get excited about that in a lot of for a lot of media nowadays, and I think that's going to be one of them for sure. Yeah.
Let's see what else. Almost done Mayor of Kingstown. That is 2 episodes left.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's been good this season.
Yeah.
Star Trek Picard is on its third episode of the 3rd season. Wow. It is, so the first 2 seasons were like, they're full of nostalgia, like member berries, and you're like, oh, this is fantastic. And then at the end of it, you're like, oh, this is like a sugar rush. I probably shouldn't have eaten this. But this season it's so much better. The writing's better. It feels a bit more like TNG, but also like, but there are Star Trek does modern, right? Now they're doing like, this is the modern version of it, but there is some ethics in it and dilemma, and so far this season's a lot better. What else new stuff have we been watching?
I'm trying to think. I don't really know if I've been watching too much. I've been watching. I've been
season 2 is still going on.
Okay, so that's I heard that one was really good as well.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Formula One Drive to Survive. We're almost done.
Okay.
That's like a weird, like we don't even watch racing, but the show is like the human interaction of competition and watching how they
absolutely
is interesting to us.
For sure. I've been binge watching a lot of The Circle in the background, the reality show on Netflix, where it's a social media-esque game show where
is that where they're supposed to betray each other or something?
Well, it's like some of them can be a catfish, some of them can be their real selves, and then they pick a winner at the end of the season.
Show first?
I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I started watching like at season like 4, I think, or something like that, and I've gone back and I'm starting to, it's just, background stuff. I have a very large problem with watching something that I would consider like a piece of art.
Yeah.
That's The Traitor. Is that what it's based off of? Jasmine.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Is that what it is? Fuck me. There you go. Like, of course, right? Yeah. So, I have a very hard time, watching something like a movie or whatever in the background, because I consider it almost like a very large piece of art. I'm sure you would as well. And that, reality TV is more of a kind of like a whimsical, wish-washy slam together of clips that, they don't really have control over. So, I have a really hard time when it's like a, HBO, produced Last of Us, in the background. I couldn't do it. Yeah. But like if it's reality, it's just like I throw it on, and I just haven't had enough time to sit down and really soak in. Like, I'm so behind on my movies. Oh my God. Like, I'm so behind, dude. Oh, it's so bad.
Speaking of movies, so we're almost done at the Best Picture nominations.
I suck.
We just have we're not watching Avatar 2, but we have just the failed ones left to watch. So we watched Women Talking this weekend, by Canadian Sarah Polley.
Yeah, I heard it was amazing.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It I didn't look this up, but I probably should have. But it feels like this either was a play that was adapted, or it could be adapted into a play the way it was shot. But yeah, it was great. Rooney Mara, Claire Foy, Frances McDormand were all in it, and Ben Whishaw. That was great. What else we watched? Did we talk about The Whale?
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't watched it yet. I'll do my best to do that this week.
I'll say this: if you do not cry, you are the Tin Man. If anyone watches that movie and does not cry, they are the Tin Man. They have no heart.
You're allowed to let a little tear go.
Oh, for
It's
sure.
all good. It's the movies, baby.
Yeah, so we have The Fabelmans left to watch for the Oscar
I also have to watch it.
nominations.
Fuck, I have to watch it.
What else was... We watched something else. So this week, are you going to see 65?
Probably not.
You don't want to see Adam Driver kill dinosaurs with laser guns? Come on.
wait.
Even if the movie's terrible, it's dinosaurs and laser guns.
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know. John Wick comes out next week, too.
I'll just wait for that.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll... So we got to stagger our theater going because we don't like people talking, and the longer you wait for a movie to be out, there's less people in the theater on a Sunday morning because they're usually in church. So, and we are not. So I think we're going to go see Creed 3 first, and then 65 after that, and then John Wick after that. So it's like 2 or 3 weeks after release.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a drive-in around you or no?
We do, but it's like
Yeah.
45 minutes from us.
Holy fuck.
We've been once or twice when before we were married. We've been once or twice, but we haven't been since. Yeah, that's actually a better way to go about it because the only people talking in the car are you, and we're not talkers during movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that won't open up for another 2 or 3 months though, right?
No, probably not, right? Like, dude, we're in the fucking almost the middle of March, and there's I got a 4-foot snow berm
Yeah.
beside my car. Like,
Yeah, we didn't have
what the hell?
the power went out here on Saturday because something touched an electrical line, and you just saw. I was just putting out the recycling bin, and the whole sky around us lit up with like a huge electrical. Bzzz,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then power.
yeah, and that was it. Yeah, zap. Yeah,
the house across from us got. He had a tree in his backyard, got hit by lightning because there was, it was thundering and
drive-in.
lightning during a snowstorm. Half his
Yeah.
tree's gone. Got
Holy
split in
fuck.
half.
yeah. I was gonna say my dad he was talking to me on the phone like a day or two later. He was like, yeah, me and your mom were watching. Fuck, I don't know what it was, something on Plex, and all of a sudden, bloop, it was gone, and I was like. It's okay. Don't worry. And he's like, no, it's all right. Just letting you know. I'm like, yeah, there was a power outage. It's okay.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah. So let's see if we don't get another snowstorm. But
Yeah, that'd be fucking nice. But no, apparently it's supposed to snow, and we're supposed to get like 2 to 3 centimeters each day for like 4 days straight.
oh, really? Sweet. Hey, I don't
well-
mind it snowing. It makes me feel like I live in Canada, but the snowstorm's a bit much.
I mean, the snowstorm was a fucking bit much, but no, I can definitely say like people are definitely like becoming absolute children when it like 2 centimeters fall.
We've barely had really like maybe 3 or 4 times this winter we've
Yeah.
had good snow, and
Yeah,
that kind of sucks actually. I really like.
I agree.
Anyways,
I agree.
So we'll be back next week.
Yes.
Talk about whatever's in the news. We appreciate
Some
you
stuff.
all hanging out for the chat. Come to see us.
Yeah.
And,
Thank you. It was
yeah,
good.
We'll see you next week. Thanks.